Great, what is up YouTube? So my After Effects was lagging and this video might be a little laggy, I don't know yet. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. And as you can see, it's kind of lagging already. So here we have After Effects is my first tutorial ever. So I'm going to go ahead and run through a little bit. So your effects and presets are basically what we're going to be using, and character is there because I was using some text. And that is what we're going to be using, obviously. So we're going to go ahead and go to composition. Oh, my bad. If you don't see effects and presets, click on view and make sure you can see it. So we're going to go ahead and go to composition, new, name it what you want, and you do want to copy my settings. You want it to be 1280 by 720, set the preset to custom, deselect the lock aspect ratio, square pixels, frame rate, I suggest 60 or 30, or 59.94 if you, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Resolution full. The background color does not matter, so we're going to go ahead and make this our new composition. So you're going to right click down in the bottom left, click go to new, or go to layer, new, and pick what you want. So we're going to go ahead and go to solid. It doesn't matter the color because we're going to be changing it unless you want full black background. So click OK and your background object will be black. So if you're changing it, go to effects and presets, and it's a gradient map, so ramp, and it will change to a gradient ramp. So we're going to go ahead and drag this onto our black solid. And now I like to change it to a radial and change it to the colors that you want. So go ahead and make it red. I like mine darker. And so I change it to that. Change it to radial, whatever you like, whatever you think is nice. And change the base of the radial to the middle, or whatever you want. And change your blend with original to more so it looks better. So now that we change this, we're going to go ahead and I think I add my text now. Yeah, I go ahead and add my text. So we want to go to right click down in the bottom, or layer, new, and text. So you're going to go ahead and make it your own font, whatever you want. Go ahead and type in what you're going to type in. Tutorial is what I type in. So change whatever you want. Make it centered by clicking the centered. Whatever you want. And I thought changing it to ultralight would work, but I didn't have any of the text selected, so I changed it back. And next we're gonna right click down in the bottom left, or go to effect. Oh no, we're not. We're gonna make it glow. CC. Oh no, we're gonna add the particles. So type in CCPA if you have CC, and add your new add another solid in your background. So go ahead and make it comp size if it's not already, and then put your CC particle world on it. Now what this will do is make particles. As you can see in the middle, you have that little circle with particles that are lines. So you're going to go ahead and change the producer, so drag that down by clicking the arrow, and increasing your X, Y, and Z to about 2. I choose 2 because it gets the whole thing, but it doesn't make them too spread out. So if you go through, it shows particles. They look booty, you know, there's too many. You can use this as like a flare sort of thing. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of the producer by clicking the arrow again and changing the physics. No, the particle. Sorry, I do some weird. Change your particle type to not star. That was an accident. To lens convex. Yeah, I showed it looked like. I was being weird. To lens convex. Now what this does is make them like circles, variated circles. So when you do this, you get these little black things. So I ended up changing a bunch of other stuff. This doesn't matter, I was just messing around, you know. So I'll go down to physics now. I changed my animation to different things. We're gonna typically leave it at what it was, unless you want to do like what I was doing. I changed it to fire so that they went up because I thought that was pretty cool. And now gravity is how fast they're gonna move in the other direction. So for you guys, if you don't change it to fire, it's how fast they're moving down. For me, it's how fast they move up. Resistance is the exact opposite of that. It's the resistance to gravity. And the extra, I guess it's more gravity. I don't know. So we're going to go ahead and look at it. So mine are actually going pretty fast. I didn't realize that, but it's okay. And now I believe we're going to go into back in the particle. I don't know. I really don't know what I did. Yeah, back in the particle, I opened up texture, I think. Oh, birth size. So this is basically the sizes of them, well, when they spawn in and stuff. So if you change that, they're going to be smaller, and if you change that, they're going to be smaller, and as you can see, there's barely any now. That's no fun, but it's not like they're even taking it that much. So birth size is when they come in. They actually do change, obviously. So go ahead and see that. And then the size variation is how much they change, and I believe my computer lags here, like majorly. It just has a big lag spike for some reason. So yeah. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and change that to, I don't know. I changed it to 76%, but then my computer started lagging, and it's not that big a deal. I mean, it's not like a big issue. And if your text does start getting all pixelated, it's okay. It won't make that big a difference. Or it won't make a difference at all. It's just it being all like weird when you're doing a RAM preview. So now I'm gonna go ahead and change that back down because it's not that big a deal. Change it down, hoping that my tutorial would not do that for this video, but it still happened. So it's all good, not a big deal. It doesn't really matter. So I was trying to make my text glow. So all you do is type in glow, and now either one works. Dimension plus shadow, dimensional glow plus shadow, isn't like anything special. I don't know. I just added it on to see what it did. Usually glow is what I would use. So if you put glow on your text, it looks exactly the same. The dimensional glow plus shadow is nothing different. At least I don't think it is. So you go ahead and add that on, and you get your glow. So it just adds two dark halos, it looks like. And I don't know, I just looked at them and then put it away. So now we have your glow on your text, nothing special. And now you have this. So it fixes itself, I believe, soon enough. And then we're going to go to our 3D effects. So just type in 3D. And my computer started lagging, and yeah. So all of these work the same. All you do is drag them onto your text, and they will do everything for you. It's pretty cool. So I went ahead and I just dragged in the first one because I thought it was pretty neat. Because I actually went through most of these just dragging them on based on their name. So we're going to go ahead to the basic cascade, and it just starts sort of fading them in, as you can see. That was pretty neat. They just start fading in, nothing special. Pretty basic effect, but it looks nice. You can make it cascade in and then cascade out if you want. So then I bring in, I believe the one that I was going to teach because I thought it was a pretty cool intro. So reflect, let's see, yeah, I got rid of it. So there, it started to fix itself. There we go. So now I think I brought in the correct one. It was the fall, and then I don't know, fallable and blur. I have no idea. So what you want to do is when you have your effect, wherever you have the slider that determines where you are in the actual video, that will make it where you put the keyframe for it to stop. So I put mine at 3 seconds. So, and then I dragged in the correct one, as you can see, 3D fall ble and blur. So now you have this. So for the 3 seconds at the beginning, you have it doing this all randomly, whatever it wants, you know. I didn't really have a chance to edit it because it is a preset. So when you do this, you see all this, and then they come down and they end up being your name. So I thought that was pretty cool. So that's what I wanted to show you. Of course, you can do this with any of those effects on the right side. So I just went back and I wanted to change a little bit of these because I noticed they were going a bit too fast. Now I didn't make it look too good because I was just going ahead for a tutorial really quickly to upload. And soon enough, I'm probably going to be uploading or making a real not a real tutorial, a real intro for myself, and probably hopefully getting better at After Effects so I can actually do real video editing, because I've done every type of editing, but video editing was never my top thing. I was never that good at it. I even use Sony Vegas more than I use this, and this is more professional. So I'm just messing around with the settings at this point, nothing special. Changing velocity for no reason, just to see what it looks like. And now the last thing I need to teach you, because if you're new to After Effects, basically like I am, you don't realize, because a lot of things don't really have this. Actually nothing that I know of, not Cinema 4D, not Sony Vegas, because this is a composition or no, it's a compositing. That's why they have compositions. So I was messing around with the opacity map to see what would happen. Not a big deal. Anyway, so you're gonna have to do is add this to a render queue, which is so you can render multiple things. Just have them render out. So like you could put multiple clips, and they will render out one by one. But like Cinema 4D, you don't just like render this and this and this and this right after each other. You have to manually do it. And here you just go to composition. I did click edit and then looked for it. Go to composition and then add to render queue. Now here's where you can change the settings of where it goes and stuff. Typically, it's not that hard. It will take a second depending on how fast your computer is, and it will actually start rendering instantly. I guess that happened for me. It didn't happen the first time, so I just stopped it. I should have clicked pause, but I wanted to go through some settings. Well, go through what you can do. So first off, I turned on the work area. I don't know why it didn't do anything for me. Should have turned on the top one, or just made the overall. So I go back to my render queue, and I don't really know that much about what I'm doing because I'm still pretty new to After Effects, but I figured if I learned something I can give it out to y'all. So as you can see, it says user stopped, and then the other one says unqueued. So I tried to click the arrow that was gray like a dumbass repeatedly, and I was like, wait a second, that went down. So now is your render settings. The output you can, yeah, then I tried to click render like a dumbass. So what you're gonna do is for your output 2, I was so stupid, I'm sorry. I was just in the moment, I guess. I record my voice as a voiceover, so I hide that, I guess. Okay, and then I re-add this to my render queue like a dumbass. That was completely stupid. This is how you know I'm new. So it hasn't rendered. This is the proper way. It hasn't started rendering yet. It's sitting there waiting. It's queued. So logs, those are important unless you actually do have issues with your renders or your rendering problem. You have issues with rendering. So render settings, you can control where it goes. When you say comp folder and name, it makes a folder. I believe it just goes to your videos. So template, if you make a template, I didn't really read it. I just made it, and it goes to tutorial intro / tutorial intro.avi. So it's a folder, and now basically you have where it goes. And if you can't find it, just search for it in your Windows Explorer. And if you really want to take the time to find out where it's going, yeah. So it's gonna be, it gives you all the details right here. It's an AVI. So now I click render, and I'll be right back when it's done because now all this is gonna do is lag. So peace. Alright, so here's what it looks like. It's nothing special. It's just pretty different. So as you can see, my particles are still pretty fast, and it's a pretty dirty effect because I didn't spend much time on it. I was just making a tutorial on how to do something pretty basic. Got something centered. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. After Effects is probably going to be something I focus on a little bit more because it's very in-depth video editor, and I hope you guys will enjoy After Effects videos because I presume more people prefer Adobe products more than Cinema 4D. And Photoshop I have been working in more. That was upon request. Anyway, peace.